love yourself. Like, that is the most important thing to me. Like, I know it's kind of cliche, everyone's like, love yourself, but no, like, that is the most important thing. I feel like when you look in the mirror, you have to like tell yourself like you are beautiful no matter how you're feeling that day. It really does lift you up.
Hi everyone, my name is Chiappetetť and I'm an artist here at Girl Genius Magazine. And today I'm here with Fiona, commonly known as Fiona Frills on YouTube and social media. You may know Fiona from a myriad of her different endeavors. Here she is to introduce herself.
So I am Fiona. Hi guys, I know she just said that. I am a YouTuber, so that's what I first kind of started out with. I am 16 years old. I'm almost 17, super exciting. And I also have a beauty brand that is specifically designed for teen skin and helping with fighting acne at the same time and like confidence. So yes, that's kind of a little bit about me.
Fiona mentioned her YouTube channel Fiona Frills, which has amassed over 900,000 subscribers since she started. I wanted to talk with her a little bit more about why she decided to start YouTube and her journey from there.
For my YouTube channel, I started my YouTube channel when I was, oh my gosh, how old was I? I think I was 11 or 12. I think I was almost 12. And I started it because I had a lot of like learning issues as a kid. I didn't know I was legally blind in my left eye. So I always was like really bad at school because no one knew like what was wrong with me, like I couldn't see really what was in front of me. So like when I was in class, like it was a whole ordeal. No one really liked me. They were all like, ew, you're weird, you don't know how to read. So I was like kind of like always like pushed to the side during like all school like activities and everything. And then I'm also dyslexic, so I just had like the whole package of like I couldn't learn very easily. So my mom like was like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with her? Like what's going on? So I mean, not what's wrong with her, but like, you know, like we needed to figure out what was going on. So my mom pulled me out of school in third grade. In the end of third grade, and I started getting a lot of testing and tests done, and finally I realized like everything that was like going on. So I started homeschooling, and I had a lot of free time, so I always used to like film myself on my computer actually and just like be making slime and like duct tape wallets. I don't know if anyone remembers duct tape wallets, but that was right? It was my thing, and I loved it so much, like with the X-Acto knife and like measuring everything. So I just film all of that, and my mom came in my room like all the time when I was doing that. She was like, Fiona, like, do you want to start a YouTube channel? Because I was also watching YouTube at the time. So that's kind of how it all started. But yeah, it was so interesting. Like, just like I didn't really like think of it as like a job or as anything. I just literally wanted to post videos, and a lot of people were like, oh my god, Fiona, you're so annoying. I got a lot of hate in the beginning because I can't even lie, I was a very like loud, annoying kid kind of, but my YouTube channel started growing, and yeah, I started kind of like going into my like own like kind of like, I found my own like little section of YouTube where I test a lot of different things out. So that's kind of what I've been doing recently.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I was saying like I grew up watching your channel and like kind of all the different, you know, things that you would make videos about as I grew up, because we're the same age. So like you would make videos about things that were relevant to my life, and that was just a super cool thing. So
thank you for watching them. That makes me so happy. I know I'm like always like, I don't even know, like it doesn't click in my brain that like people watch me. Like I literally sometimes think I'm just filming for myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just watch this later. But no, that makes me so happy that you watched.
As mentioned in her introduction, Fiona not only has a successful YouTube channel, but she also runs a beauty brand called Brilliance, and she's a full-on business mogul, truly earning her the title of Multifaceted. We're going to talk business a little bit later in the video, so make sure to stick around if you want to hear that. But for now, I wanted to ask Fiona about the breakdown of Brilliance and why she decided to
I feel like so for Brilliance, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like I was just doing YouTube at the time, and I was doing a lot of makeup videos. Like that was kind of like around like the 12, 13 mark where I started using makeup and testing different brands out. And I had like great skin for all of my life. And a lot of people were like, oh, Fiona, you're just a teenager. That's the only reason why you're going to be breaking out. And I was like, is it that though? I like kind of did some investigating, if you will. So I went on like Sephora.com, Ulta.com, and I would look under all the products I was using, like the ingredients, and then like copy and paste them and like search them all up. And I was like, I was like, what? Like all these products have the worst ingredients. So I was like, that's what's breaking me out. Like these awful, like skin clogging products and ingredients. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop using makeup. And then my skin cleared up, and I was like, what? Like, this is insane. But I was so sad because I was like, I love doing makeup. I think it's like an art. It calms me. Like whenever I was stressed, I'd always just like play around on my face, like use glitters, like all this different stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like this makes me so sad. So I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, Mom, like I want to start a makeup line that is developed for like teen skin, like because I feel like there are brands out there that like do target teen skin, but like I'm not gonna like name drop, but there's a few brands that definitely like say like they're great for teen skin, and I personally use them, and they break me out like crazy. Like they're not really that great of ingredients, and they're not developed and like made by teens. So I was like, you know what, like I really want to like work on a makeup line, Mom. So we found a lab that was actually an hour away from me, so I could drive, or I couldn't drive, my mom drove me because I was 13. But we drive up to the lab. I do like color work. I'd start talking with like all the chemists about formulas and the products that I wanted to create. So we initially came out with 5 products in 2017, late 2017. So that is kind of like how we started, just because I really was frustrated with how brands didn't understand like teen skin. So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, that's super cool. I think you know, I feel like in the last few years, definitely there's been companies and initiatives, I mean, even Girl Genius, like kind of using that framework of like by teens, for teens. And I think that's such an important thing, because you need to know that it's being developed for you from somebody that knows,
really understands you.
Yeah.
I so agree with that. Like it's so important to like, because like I feel like, I don't know, like let's say like a 50-year-old like woman developed it for teens, like does she really know teen skin? Like yeah, sure, she was a teenager at one point, but like it's important to like really understand teens and like test it on teen skin. Yeah, I agree with that.
So what do you hope young individuals can take away from both your videos and your company?
That's a great question. I feel like overall, I really want people to take away from my videos and my beauty brand, like, love yourself. Like, that is the most important thing to me. Like, I know it's kind of cliche. Everyone's like, love yourself. But no, like, that is the most important thing. I feel like when you look in the mirror, you have to, like, tell yourself, like, you are beautiful. No matter how you're feeling that day, it really does lift you up. And I just want to make people, like, smile and be happy, because I totally understand, like, having a rough day, how it can be, like, really hard on you. And sometimes there's, like, a rough week or a rough month. Like, I just want to make people smile and realize how beautiful and how amazing they are, because like there's so much potential in this world for each and every single one of us. So I really want people to understand that and take advantage of that.
I love that. I think definitely through your videos and just your brand, I think you definitely, you know, show that message. You portray that well. So
Thank you.
Being a multifaceted and multi-talented individual comes with a lot of experiences and learning along the way. Let's talk a little bit with Fiona about some of the things that she's learned throughout her journey in video making, YouTube, social media, business, and more.
It's a very, like, there's so much. Like, that's what how I describe it in a weird way. Like, it's just like everything that goes into it. Like, when you watch videos, you don't think it takes like a week to film something.
Yeah.
And, like, all the preparation on shipping everything or like getting everything organized, and then the editing process, like those are so crucial to make a video. Like, those are like the key things. And also, I feel like the hardest thing, like, I didn't think any of that would be that difficult. The one thing that really like hit me in the face, especially recently, is coming up with ideas that are like original and like just coming up with ideas in general. Like, it's so hard to be creative because there's like millions, there may be billions, I think there's billions of users on YouTube, and there's like millions, like hundreds of millions of beauty brands. So it's just like there's so much out there, so it's really hard to like think outside of that box. But I feel like the key things is to always like write down 10 ideas every day, and just like kind of get those ideas flowing. Like, literally you can write down the most random things, like 10 trees like that you want to, I don't know, plant in your backyard. Like, that's stupid, but like something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it can be literally anything. I would definitely say ideas are really hard, and just like the whole process. The same with like social media and getting hate, that affects a lot of people. It has definitely affected me, not recently, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, but like when you grow up in like a smaller town and you're an influencer, there's not a lot of other influencers. Like let's say like Los Angeles, for example, like it's like more normal to be an influencer there. Like where I live, like yeah, there's a few, but not very many, and I got made fun of like a lot. Like I'd go to a party and people would literally turn on my videos on the TV screens and like make fun of me, and I'd like run out of the party and be like what's wrong with people? And it really hurt me. So like that is something that I feel like can affect you, but at the same time you cannot think of it like, oh, they're just making fun of you. Like they're I feel like a great way to describe it is like they're kind of like jealous of what you're doing, because they may like their parents may not want them to do that, or they don't have enough time to do it, so like they'll like take it out on you in a weird way. And then same with like, I feel like for like beauty brands, I feel like businesses, like a lot of people take you a little more seriously, but at the same time not if you're like a teen, because they think like, oh, you're a teenager, like you don't know anything. But like at the same time I feel like we know so much because we have the internet and we have so many different like sources to gather like information. So yeah, that was like a long ramble.
Oh,
but yeah, that's like I feel like some of it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I know you're talking about like the video process. I have learned so much like the past 6 months from this project, and like just contacting people and, you know, learning about the video editing process, and just I think it's such an art form, and like, you know, making videos and coming up with ideas, like I can't imagine doing that on like a larger scale. So yeah, I have so much respect for like the whole video making process. It can be hard to be young and feel inexperienced in certain environments, especially when you're just starting out. Fiona has some great advice, tips, and stories for you guys.
I would say I haven't had like an extreme problem with like for my gender, but I have had a huge problem with my age actually. This story, I don't think I've actually ever shared it online. So pretty much for my makeup line, there was investors. I really wish I could name drop them because they really like, they were great in the beginning, but then like they hired other people to help and it was just like such a mess. But these investors, like they approached me, they were really interested. We started working together and they started hiring other people to like help me with like hands-on work and like photo shoots, because like I was managing all that, and now I am managing all that. But at the like when I got the investors, they were the ones that were helping me with all that. And like when we were in meetings, literally no one listened to me. Like they just completely ignored my ideas. And I was like, I hope you guys understand that like I never said this, which I probably should have like spoke up for myself. I should have been like, I'm sorry, like I'm the one who created this brand, I'm the one who came up with this idea, please listen to me. Like I understand teens, you guys aren't teenagers, like please like listen to me. So they'd like disregard my ideas, or they'd just kind of ignore my comments in meetings, and like they would just never take me serious. So we ended the relationship kind of on both sides because it just wasn't working for either of us. But it was a very like kind of sad situation because I was like, it broke me. Like the last call that we had with them, I started crying on the call, and I swear by not being emotional, like when like I'm in a professional like area, and I was bawling. Like I could not breathe. Like I was like having like, I've never had an anxiety attack, and I'm pretty sure that's what I had. I was like I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh my god, like I'm a teenager. Like it gave me like so much stress. Like right when I got off the call, I was like, I'm never gonna be successful. Like this is never gonna happen. Like it really put me down. And ever since then I've had a little resentment towards those people, of course. I just wanted to like yeah. But it motivated me to work harder and show them like, you know what, I can do this. Like you guys should have believed in me more. So that is something that I feel like is really unfortunate when people doubt teenagers and like females and like anyone. Like I just feel like it's so sad.
I mean, that's something we talk about, you know, on Girl Genius a lot in interviews and magazine articles and everything, just kind of being looked at differently for your gender or even your age, and it's so frustrating. But I think if you can kind of take the attitude from it like you did to use that to, you know, push into more success and use that as drive, then I think that's, you know, that's even better.
Totally, yeah, no, I feel like it's important to like prove them wrong, because it almost motivates you to be like, look at me now. Like not in a weird way, but like, you know what I mean? It's like that idea, like, I don't know how to describe that, but like, it's just like, it's so unbelievable how people can doubt you so much, which is very sad, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Look at you though. It's like you get to, show them what you've accomplished. Fiona herself is an inspiration to so many wanting to pursue YouTube, business, beauty, etc. Here are some of her inspirations growing up.
Okay, these two people I give so much credit to. I actually have met both of them now, which is like insane to me. The first one was Bethany Moda. She was like the OG YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
She just created such like positive content. And then I also got to go to Michelle Phan's building where like her cosmetics are like held, like are in holding. So that was insane to me. Like I was like so honored to be there.
Fiona had some amazing insight on the idea that there's a stigma surrounding makeup, pushing ideas such as weakness or an inability to perform adequately.
I feel like we do not wear makeup to be like to show to anyone else. You know what I mean? It's like almost like it's for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we'll look in the mirror, we'll do our makeup, and it's super fun. Like it's like an art form. Like it really is. Like you can see all these looks like James Charles. There's so many. I'm forgetting. James Charles always pops in my head because he's so talented. But all these beautiful like looks that people can create, like it's literal art. And I feel like no one like throws shade at art, so no one should throw shade at makeup. And I feel like in general, like, okay, like this was a great example. Like one of my friends said this to me. She was, she like did her lipstick, she like touched up her blush, and then she put a mask on. That's for no one. No one can see the lipstick. No one can see the blush. But it's for her because she wanted to do it. So I feel like it's like your choice. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's huge. So I feel like definitely wearing masks recently have really shown people like, oh, people still wear makeup. Even like, cause like I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, they just wear it so that they can like feel pretty. Like no, we feel pretty without makeup. But it's for ourselves. I feel like that's a
great point too with the masks. It's like, just wearing it for yourself and just for, I think, it helps you to obtain a sort of self-confidence just knowing that you have it on. But then I think the thing about Frilliance and other companies that do the same thing, just showing that you're still just as beautiful without it, and you can use it to kind of highlight your features, if that makes sense. Just showing that you can wear it as an art form or for confidence, but then you can be the same level of confident outside. So something we also kind of touched upon, how social media can have a lot of pros and cons. Obviously, we have influencers like yourself who use their platform for a lot of good things, including Frilliance, and but it also has cons, including like the cyberbullying that I know you spoke a little bit about, and some things on social media can make young individuals subject to unhealthy beauty standards, and a lot of makeup companies kind of draw on those insecurities and they use it to their advantage to sell products, and especially directed at teen girls. But how do you and the makeup company that you have created intend to change this? Or in other words, how does Frilliance differ from those types of companies?
Of course, yeah, no, I think that's like a huge problem when people set these insane standards, because like number one, a lot of like, so like I'm just like saying this out of like social media, and same with beauty brands, there's a lot of people I'm not throwing any shade at plastic surgery, like I do not care if you get it, but like I feel like it gives like a false beauty standard to like people who don't know, or if they lie about it, like I could name drop some people like who just like lie about, like don't lie about it, so then we feel like we like, I don't know, it's just like hard to look at it and like, I don't know, and not think about like, oh, I wish I had that nose, or I wish I had like those kind of like lifted eyes. So I feel like number one for Frilliance, we always hire really authentic, beautiful models. We really do not put much makeup on them when we do it. We just show like the actual products. All of our products do not cover anything that like shows your natural features. Like for the cream blush, for example, like it just gives you like a little rosy glow and like a little like almost like you just were out in the sun, but maybe you didn't have enough time to go in the sun that day. Same with highlighter, it gives you like a gorgeous like glow, but it does not cover anything. It just lifts your cheekbones a little bit and gives you like a pop. And also I feel like something about Frilliance is we're working on making everyone's skin like naturally like perfect and super clear, and it like nourishes the skin. So I feel like that's a huge thing, because a lot of products like tear down your skin, so you want to put more makeup on top of it. but these beauty products nourish the skin and really help your skin, rather than tearing it down so you have to buy more makeup to make yourself look like a certain way. Makeup, it like can be used as so many different things. Like for me personally, it's like to like calm me, because I like love doing my makeup. Like it's one thing that takes my mind off of whatever's going up on like here, and I just like focus on like just like my art, because I'm not a good painter, but I do know how to do my makeup. So, and like I love just like trying new things. Some of the times I'll just wash it off after, and I'll be like, no, I don't want to wear makeup right now. But I feel like there's so many different like ways that you can use makeup to just like feel good, just like literally like do some eyeshadow, even if you're not good at it. Sometimes it calms you, and just trying new products is really fun. I feel like makeup like never gets like described as fun, but I feel like it really is. Like it's so fun to try new things and see how like new looks like come out.
I mean, I kind of said earlier, I think makeup is such an incredible art form, and you know, I can't really do my makeup, like I'm not good at it, but I can paint, and so it's like kind of the, you know, I think
that's all. Yeah, it switches. I feel like like some people can paint really well, but some people can't do their makeup very well, and then some people can do their makeup well but not paint. I am like the worst at painting. I need like a class so badly, and I used to take art class. I'm like, where did this go? Like, did it just, I guess I know how to paint my face. That's all.
I mean, I think, you know, either way, it's like if you're doing it, either one, any type of art, makeup, painting, drawing, it can be so therapeutic, and it can be used, I think they all can be used in their own way to empower anybody and kind of help calm people, like you said. As I said before, Fiona is the perfect example of a multifaceted individual, someone who's working in both the arts through her video making and business through her makeup company. And one of the things that we talked a little bit about was why it's so important to equip all individuals with the same tools and opportunities so that they can pursue whatever field they desire.
I think it's incredibly important, like so important. Like I'm gonna use an example here. So like let's say let's say you're at your school, and like there's only like 2 classes, one on like doctory things. I'm like, this is not really like a great example, but like for being like a doctor, and the other one is being a veterinarian. Like I have nothing against either of those, but if you only get to see those 2 options, you're like, oh, I don't really like either of those. Like, oh, like what am I supposed to do? And then they maybe just don't care about their work at all. So it's good to give them so many more options. Like you can go into like science, you can go into like being an engineer, you can go into creating a business, being a soccer player, like so many different things. So girls and everyone can just see, like really like there's so many different options out there, and like it's important to like find what you truly love, and especially at a young age, because you can literally start anything. I honestly think at any age, after you can speak, like start talking, like crawl, you can do whatever you want, and like you can learn. And I think it's huge to like learn a lot of things at like a young age, and like really like find what you truly love.
Yeah, that's awesome. So where do you see Brilliance kind of expanding in a year or 5 years into the future, anytime after that? Like where do you see yourself growing in it?
Yes, I would say hopefully in a year, I definitely want to come out with more products, have a larger line, ideally like a concealer line that really helps fight acne, because I feel like that's huge, because we all like cover like our pimple with that concealer. So I wanted to like really fight your acne at the same time. So I'm like working on developing that, which is going to take a long time. So I really want to launch that, and I want like to update our packaging a little more. I want it to be like more fresh and gorgeous. Like I don't know, like I love our packaging, but I want to like revamp everything and kind of give it like a big makeover. And then in 5 years, I want to definitely be in more stores. I feel like that would be super exciting, and I also just want to like really like inspire girls to just like love, like I don't know, just like take care of their skin. And I really want everyone to understand like that, like you do not need makeup, but like if you're gonna wear it, I really want them to like have good products on their skin that really do nourish your skin. So like the most important thing to me with Brilliance in general is just to like help teens with their skin, because I understand how like hard it is on you, because when I look in the mirror and I have acne, it makes me feel like so like I don't feel confident. So I really do want to help girls with their skin, like not just their makeup, like their true skin. So yeah, that's what's important to me for Brilliance.
To wrap up a little bit, here's some advice from Fiona on starting your own company or starting a YouTube channel or doing whatever you want to.
I feel like number one is like research and look for like literally anything. Like the first thing that comes to your mind for me is like being a race car driver. Maybe I'll just like excuse my speeding tickets because I like driving fast because I want to be a race car driver. But no, I feel like just like whatever you truly want to do, like chase after that. Like no one's gonna stop you, or well, I mean maybe people will try to stop you, but do not let them. Like work hard, be consistent, and just like push towards that. Even if it's like little steps at a time, do it. Like it is so worth it. If you're happy and it makes you happy and you're truly passionate about it, you will work so hard on that and without even knowing because you love it so much. So that's what I find about like YouTube and my makeup line, because I love it so much. It doesn't even really feel like work. Like sure, yeah, there's gonna be like hard spots. Like yeah, sure, I don't really like editing that much, but like the whole entire process, like I do love. Same with like creating like a makeup line, like getting all the testing done on all the products, like the non-comedogenic test, the non-comedogenic test, hypoallergenic, the cruelty-free test. Like it's a long process, but it's so worth it in the end. So I feel like no matter what, just like find your passion, like as long as it takes, and just go for it. Like shoot for the stars, shoot for the freaking moon. Like literally just go for it. I feel like that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's great advice. You know, just kind of honing in on something and just having drive and, you know, using individuals such as yourself as inspiration to show you that you can achieve it. For our last question, what does femininity and beauty mean to you personally?
I'm gonna like describe it in like 3 words. I'm gonna like just like say the 3 words that come to my mind. I would say like brilliant, strong, and beautiful. Like we are just so strong and beautiful and like powerful, also powerful. Those are like huge things to me, and I feel like we're definitely all 4 of those words.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's perfect. I think you really like touched on so many important things. You know, going into business and why makeup is so important and why we should kind of show young girls that makeup is an art form and it can be used for confidence and just, yeah, how to start out and finding your passion. That concludes our questions, but I'm so grateful to have spoken with you today, and I know that the Girl Juice community and I are super excited to see kind of what you do in the next few years and what you continue to do with Brilliance and your YouTube channel. So
thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everyone who listened. This was awesome. Yes, thank you so much. This was awesome.